On May 2, 2026, a medical student in Kerala received a WhatsApp message from a contact hundreds of miles away in Sikar. Attached to the message was a file containing 300 questions. The message was explicit. These were the exact questions appearing in the nationwide NEET paper the following morning. The student was instructed to disseminate them through the local hostels immediately. This diagram compares the official 180 core NEET questions administered that day with the contents of the leaked WhatsApp file. The forensic math is startling. 90 out of 90 biology questions matched perfectly. 45 out of 45 chemistry questions matched perfectly. The alignment went beyond the answers. This was a typographic clone. The leaked document retained the exact sequence of the master booklet, including identical structural flaws, stray commas, and grammatical errors. This wasn't a lucky guess by clever tutors. A 135-question perfect match proves that the security perimeter of a highly sensitive national asset collapsed entirely. In India, the NEET exam acts as the sole gatekeeper for medical education. For 2.2 million youths, clearing this test is the only realistic path to social and economic mobility in a hyper-competitive landscape. Preparing for those limited seats requires years of academic isolation. Students endure intense pressure within coaching hubs, often sacrificing their social lives and mental health for a single 3-hour evaluation. When the National Testing Agency canceled the 2026 exam on May 12th, the impact was immediate and devastating. Confident their preparation was over, many students from low-income families had already vacated their hostels and sold their textbooks to scrap dealers to recoup basic costs. These same students were then ordered to restart their high-intensity preparation cycle for a mandatory retest, often without their primary study materials or a stable place to stay. When the bureaucratic machine fails, the financial and psychological costs are paid almost exclusively by the honest, vulnerable aspirants. This map illustrates the core vulnerability of the NTA. By consolidating a massive national event into one physical paper test, the agency created a single point of failure where one breach compromises the entire country. The 2026 leak was traced to an authorized commercial printing press in Nashik, Maharashtra. An insider within the facility managed to bypass physical security protocols to access the finalized question sets before they were even shipped. To avoid detection from standard smartphone metadata or digital watermarks, the perpetrators used a high-definition portable scanner to extract crisp, text-clear images of the booklets. They laundered the stolen data through an off-grid shadow server. This isolated network let them transmit massive files without triggering state monitoring algorithms. This specific chain of events proves that centralized paper testing is structurally impossible to defend against a sophisticated, technologically equipped syndicate. The monetization was swift. A student in Nashik sold the digital file to a brokerage ring in Gurgaon for 15 lakh rupees. The cartel then buried the 120 stolen questions inside a 410-question guess paper. This provided buyers with plausible deniability. They could claim they simply studied a high-quality revision packet if their scores were suspiciously high. The paper's value ballooned across state lines. By late April, the Bilwal brothers in Rajasthan bought it for 30 lakh rupees. In Sikar, a local agent distributed it to 700 students, dropping the price to 10,000 rupees for rapid cash. The investigation into the Bilwal brothers revealed deep political access, including documented ties to state education ministers. Investigative reports show the brothers were aware the 2026 paper would be compromised at least 1 month before the test occurred. This centralization creates a massive incentive for coordinated networks to exploit the system. When a single document controls billions in coaching revenue and political prestige, the creation of organized cartels becomes a mathematical inevitability. Local authorities initially met this forensic trail with a policy of denial. In Sikar, the police dismissed the whistleblower's early evidence as rumors and warned him against spreading panic. Even with a 135-question perfect match on the record, the NTA Director General publicly attributed the similarities to a statistical coincidence in a circulating PDF. This mirrors the agency's response to the 2024 NEET crisis, where impossible clusters of perfect scores and arbitrary grace marks were defended by ministry leadership. The agency's pattern of behavior suggests its primary function has shifted away from transparent evaluation toward bureaucratic damage control and protecting the status quo. Arresting low-level brokers will not stop this cycle. The entire testing architecture must be re-engineered from the ground up to remove the vulnerabilities inherent in physical logistics. India must move toward a multi-stage computer-based testing model. This eliminates the need for physical printing and the transport of master booklets altogether. By utilizing end-to-end blockchain encryption, question pools can be selected algorithmically only minutes before the exam begins. If one question is compromised, the automated system can instantly swap it out across the entire network without disrupting the national cycle. Decentralizing the testing data in this way removes the massive financial incentive for large-scale theft, as no single breach can ever compromise the entire national result again. To the students exhausted by this system, the collapse of a state-run testing machine does not define your intelligence or your potential. The hyper-competition surrounding NEET is a product of a narrow cultural obsession that views medicine and engineering as the only viable professional paths. Modern growth fields like data science, sustainable development, and UI/UX design offer lucrative trajectories that don't depend on a broken, centralized ranking system. This 100 Careers PDF guide provides a tactical Plan B. It offers a roadmap to high-growth alternatives where your skills, not a compromised examination, determine your success. Download the guide, explore the entry paths, and protect your future from a system that was never designed to hold.